1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now let's mute this. and then the one above it. There you go. Yeah, it'll show. It should show up. So just send it over. Good evening and welcome to Wood Trust Bank Field here at Southwood County Stadium on the beautiful campus of Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln Senior High for today's Central Wisconsin Small Conference matchup between the visiting Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds coming in at 3-2 overall and the home Assumption Royals. Again, should be a good one. Senior night here tonight from Wisconsin Rapids as they are lined up on the south side of the track, which would be, if the track was painted, it would be the finish line here at the facility. But both teams coming off of opposite weeks last week. Iola-Scandinavia, huge win over Loyal. Assumption will finish the season at Loyal on October 15th, the last Friday of the regular season. And Assumption falling to Pacelli last week over at Gerke Field. And Bryson Cashin and Drew Kadrovich doing the job against the Assumption Royals last night. But the Royals have a big part of their team back in Nick Lieberg playing here today. He was out last week after being kicked out of the Wild Rose game, able to be back here now and hopefully contribute against this Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds ball club. Iola with the there's a counter option there during their warm-ups, but just looking at their senior quarterback, their star senior quarterback in Parker Prawl. He has done it all. He can throw, he can run. He is a dual threat, even more so kind of a quad threat. I mean, he plays quarterback. He does the job on defense as well for Coach Scott Erickson, who continues to be a staple in the Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds football program for as long as he has been there, and it has been quite a long time. Both teams getting ready. Again, you're watching Assumption Royal football here on Selesky Sports as we'll bring the senior introduction or the senior night announcements for you, which will happen momentarily. I'll turn my mic off. We'll turn the camera mic on, and then we'll get underway here in just a moment from Wood Trust Bank Stadium. A beautiful, beautiful Friday night here in central Wisconsin. Again, it's hard to believe. I talked to Trevor Zaleski about it yesterday at volleyball here at the Lincoln Red Raider Fieldhouse. It's halfway through the high school football season already. I mean, week 5 of a 9-week season. Every year it seems to go faster and faster, and it has not slowed here one bit in 2021. Both teams trying to get back over that hump, trying to get back into the postseason. Assumption did last year. Iola-Scandinavia did not. They had a tough season here, or they did, I should say. They lost to Edgar. They've played Edgar twice in the last 12 months, and or I guess 11 months, and Edgar has shut them out both times. But the Iola-Scandinavia trying to get back into that Division 6 playoff field or Division 5 and see if they can make a run once come, I believe it would be October 22nd would be the first round of the high school football playoffs, as we are about 4 or so minutes before the clock runs down, and then we will have our ceremonies. We might have them beforehand or later on, as Assumption finishing up their warm-ups here on the south end of this beautiful complex here in Wisconsin Rapids. Other games going on around Selesky Sports here tonight. We got 9 games for you. all around the Zaleski Sports Network. Marshfield is at DC Everest. That should be one heck of a game. Marathon is at Edgar. The Wildcats of Edgar trying to get back on the winning side of things after their loss to Colby last week. Colby was supposed to play Abbotsford in a battle atop the Merriwood Conference. Both teams had to cancel as Abbotsford had a couple of kids, quote-unquote, non-COVID sickness sent home earlier today. Obviously, this game, Stratford is at Nakusa. The Papermakers having their homecoming here in 2021 tonight. Both teams undefeated in the Central Wisconsin Large Conference. That's going to be one heck of a game as well. We'll keep an eye on all of these games for you. Wittenberg-Birnhamwood picked up a game at Mosinee. Mosinee was supposed to play Ashland. Wittenberg was supposed to host Manawa. And Ashland and Manawa both with COVID-related cancellations, or health protocols, I should say. Greenwood is at Tri-County. Haven't been to Tri-County in many years, but they got a nice football field over there just about a half hour south of here in Wisconsin Rapids. Amherst is at Spencer Columbus. Amherst trying to avenge a loss that they suffered last year at the hands of Spencer Columbus. Amherst with a big win last week against Wittenberg. Pacelli picking up a late game at St. Mary Catholic as the Cardinals were supposed to head up to Unity tonight, but instead of going to Unity, they got a little bit of a shorter trip, going over to the Fox Valley to take on St. Mary Catholic, the Zephyrs. Fall Creek is at Neelsville Granton to round out our 9 games here today. At halftime of this game, we'll check those as well. It's tough to watch all 9, but make sure you have tabs open, a couple of phones, a couple of other devices to watch all the action tonight. A lot of good games next week as well. Again, just a whole bunch of good football for you here on Zaleski Sports throughout the end of the football season. Again, round 1 of the football playoffs is about 4 or 5 weeks away from tonight. October 22nd is the first round of the high school football postseason. And, of course, on the 15th into the 16th that night, will be crazy around the WIAA, around us here at Zaleski Sports, trying to figure that out. But we still got a whole lot of time left. Still got 5 weeks, including tonight, week 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And by the time we get to week 9, by the time we get to the end of October into November, you don't want to say it, and we'll read about it during the during our reads for our sponsors, but it is getting that time of the year. I mean, not Sunday. It's supposed to be in the 90s, upper 80s, lower 90s on Sunday, but sooner or later it'll start getting cold, and then the white stuff will fly, and we'll need long coats and winter hats and pants and all that good stuff, longer pants and stuff here in 2021. We'll have the national anthem, I believe, here, the invocation from Phil Hartley, our national anthem, and then we will have our senior announcements, and then we will start our football game here tonight. Again, you're watching Assumption Royal football on Zaleski Sports. We'll turn the camera to the flag and get you ready for some football here in central Wisconsin.
We are a community of people with various backgrounds and abilities. Help each of us, Father, to do our best and to be supportive and respectful of others. Amen. The Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Please remain standing as we face the flag, join in the singing of our national anthem, accompanied by the Assumption Band under the direction of Molly Thomas. Thank you, Molly Thomas and the Assumption Band. Thank you so much. High school athletics are eventful. As members of the Central Wisconsin Conference, please remember that players, coaches, and officials try to do their best. Let's respect their efforts. Thank you. Now for this evening's starting lineup. First by Iola-Scandinavia. Number 4, senior Parker Paul. Number 5, junior Parker Gullickson. Number 7, senior Will Kappa. Number 12, sophomore Carter Mellon. Number 20, senior Carson Lashaway. Number 28, senior Isaiah Hoyer. Number 62, senior Carter Anderson. Number 64, senior Brock Moon. Number 71, senior Ethan Clancy. Number 79, sophomore Weston Knorr. And number 85, senior Caden Judd. Head coach Scott Erickson. And on offense for your Assumption Royals, number 60, sophomore Mandy Schultz. Number 3, junior Ryan Shaw. Number 7, junior Jack Platt. Number 15, senior Reed Gilman. Number 23, junior Kate Sachs. Number 26, junior Nick Lever. Number 50, sophomore Gunnar Kraus. Number 52, junior Joey Moyer. Number 55, senior Kemp Ross. Number 79, sophomore Brad Jorgensen. And number 89, senior Alex Sullivan. Head coach Jeff Sullivan. Tonight is senior night, and we are honoring our senior athletes who have participated in football, cross country, girls tennis, and volleyball. These student athletes have spent countless hours dedicating themselves to their respective sport with great entertainment throughout the 4 years they've been at Assumption. So one by one, we'll call out these dedicated student athletes with the people who have supported them, their parents and family. First, for the football team, recently named all-conference manager Britt Jorgensen, daughter of Mr. Rich Jorgensen and Mr. and Mrs. Drew and Lisa Trudowski. Kemp Ross, grandson of Mrs. Patty Gaithan and son of Tucker Ross. Alex Sullivan, son of Mr. and Mrs. Jeff and Cindy Sullivan. And Reed Gilman in football, and Ionor Stein-Derosis in cross country, son and daughter of Dr. and Mrs. Todd and Tara Gilman. Next in cross country, Clara Kubis, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Joe and Lisa Kubis. And Olive Wilson, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jeremy and Aaron Wilson. For your defending regional champion girls tennis team, Chloe DeLagey, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Brian and Chris DeLagey. Mr. Troy Donahue and Miss Peggy Donahue. Izzy Youngworth, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Pete and Sarah Youngworth. Madison Petcher, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Norbert and Andrea Petcher. And Ebony Zacher, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Tim and Ann Zacher. And last but not least, Kayla Kirkman, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Diane and Dave Kirkman. We'd like to extend a special thank you to all of our seniors and their parents for their hard work and commitment. Your 4 years of
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids as the Assumption Royals will kick off from north to south, left to right as we watch on your screen here from Wood Trust Bank Field at Southwood County 2000 Stadium as Alex Sullivan will kick off left to right at 7:04 here in Wisconsin Rapids as Judds is back to return, goes to the far side along the far hash marks, now along the far sidelines, and he's got room along the sideline, and Burkhauser's the only one that can bring him down, and he does. And a good start for Iola-Scandinavia on a big kickoff return for Caden Judds, and Iola with a good start here in the opening seconds. As they're going to bring it all the way back. A hold on Iola-Scandinavia. Big break for the Assumption Royals. And Parker Prawl and company will have to move their way back here. Can appreciate everyone tuning in from all over here on Zaleski Sports, Iola-Scandinavia and Assumption here tonight. So instead of the 20 of Assumption, they start back at the 20 of Iola. Now working again from south to north, right to left. Parker Prawl, shotgun formation, 3 receivers, and a running back to his left. He's going to keep it himself, now throw it out to the far side, one-handed catch, and along the sideline, breaks a tackle, and a good carry there by 28, Isaiah Hoyard. And first down, a gain of 14. And in the hurry-up offense for Parker Prawl. And they're going to turn the as they will have to get rid of the noisemakers in the stands, and they will have to, as the noises are no more. Parker Prawl keeps it. He's going to be swallowed up right there. And that is something that Assumption has to do all night. Has to keep Parker Prawl under wraps. And again, a sideline warning was given to Assumption because the students had noisemakers. And again, that's just something that if you're Coach Sullivan, that's a warning given, and now with the next warning, it won't be a warning, and then it'll be a penalty on Assumption. Back to pass, far side, and bobbled there. Nick Lieberg comes away with a tackle. Third down coming up for Iola-Scandinavia Nice catch by Judds. And it's going to be third down, and now about 5 or so here in the opening quarter. 10:40 to go. Ball at the 37-yard line of Iola-Scandinavia. 2 receivers near side. One to the far, Parker Prawl in shotgun formation. Hoyer to his right, trying to pick up these extra 6 yards. In motion. Now back into the shotgun area. Prawl back to pass. Across the middle. Caught there by Hoyer. A quick pitch and a catch inside past the 50-yard line. Inside Assumption territory to the 49. And a great job there by Iola-Scandinavia as Isaiah Hoyer picks up the first down. 10:06 to go and counting, first quarter. Parker Prawl and the Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds are moving here on their opening drive. Back to pass. Swing out to the near side. Tries to break a tackle. Nicely done along the sidelines as Nick Lieber gets back into the action and brings down Parker Gullickson for a minimal gain. No gain on the play. Second down and 10 coming up. Again, Assumption burned last week by Bryson Cashin and the Pacelli Cardinals. Trying to stop the bleeding here as Prawl's going to keep it himself. Roll out to his right. Stiff arm Kemp Ross in the backfield. Joey Moyer can't track him down. Gets to the far sideline, and he's going to reach out for the first down marker. It's going to be close. They're going to mark him out at the 40-yard line and a gain of 9 on the play. Third down and a yard coming up for Iola-Scandinavia. That's one issue, again, that they had last week as Bryson Cashin was able to get to the outside, get to the corners, and nobody could catch him. That time, the Royals able to chase out Parker Prawl out of bounds inside Assumption territory at the 40-yard line. Third down and yard coming up. Prawl with 2 running backs, receiver near side. They're going to hand it up off the middle, wait for the blocker, and he's going to fall near the first down, near the 36-yard line, and gain 4 on the play. First down for Iola-Scandinavia. Clock runs, 9:10 to go in the first quarter. Again, Iola getting the job done through the air on the ground here in the opening couple of minutes. Now full house backfield in the shotgun for Prawl. 2 backs and 1 behind him. 2 wide receivers going to a play action pass. Look towards the end zone, and it's going to be bobbled and dropped in the end zone. Nice job there by Assumption. Mason Kubis with the break up, and it's going to be a second down coming up. That was a good looking pass and able to get in the face of Will Tappa, and it's second down for Iola. Nice job by Mason Kubis. Tappa almost came away with the catch. Going for the home run hitter. Second down and 10 for Iola-Scandinavia. 8:43 to go in the first quarter. Judds will move just to the left of Prawl. They're going to hand it off to him. Try to get the corner. He does. They're going to be taken down there just inside the 35-yard line. It's going to be third down for the Thunderbirds. Good opening drive. Could be stalled here. Assumption looking for a big stop on third down and 8. 8:20 to go in the first quarter. 2 receivers near side. Tappa and Gullickson. And a quick pass to the near side. He's got a lot of room in front of him. Looking to break one tackle. He cannot. Taken out there at about the 24-yard line. A first down coming up for Iola-Scandinavia. Parker Gullickson on the reception. Again, playing off of the wide receivers many yards, and Parker Prawl, the senior quarterback, took advantage of it. First and 10. Ball at the 24-yard line. Going to pitch it to the far side. Try and get the corner. Steps inside. What a move inside the 10. And reaches for the end zone. And down at the 1 is Isaiah Hoyard. What a cutback move. Prawl quickly to the line. He's going to walk into the end zone for the touchdown. And the flag comes in. And they're going to call a false start on Iola-Scandinavia. So instead of first and goal inside the 1, it's going to be first and goal at the 6. Isaiah Hoyard with a beautiful move to cut back inside. Second and goal should be first and goal from the 6. Parker Prawl back in the shotgun. First and goal from the 6-yard line. Judes moves in front of Prawl. They're going to hand it up the middle and going to be taken down in the backfield. Joey Moyer there for the Royals. Down goes Hoyard. Second down and goal coming up. All the way back to the 10-yard line. Nice shot by Moyer. 3 receivers set, 1 to the near, 2 to the far. Hoyard back in, just flanking Prawl just to the left. They're going to hand it off to Judds. No, on the counter. That's what we saw during warm-ups. And Hoyard's going to walk into the end zone, muscle his way in for the touchdown. 10 yards on the scamper for Isaiah Hoyard. And it's 6-0 Iola-Scandinavia. They took nearly half this first quarter clock off. And the Thunderbirds lead 6-0. And it looks like they will try for the single point after touchdown. Number 40 in there. I don't have a 40. Let's see if they have a 40 here. No 40 on the roster. Prawl to hold. Good snap, good hold, and it is up. And it is good. Iola-Scandinavia 7, the Assumption Royals nothing. You're watching Assumption Royal football on Zaleski Sports.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken, and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Solaris. With so much of our lives riding on the internet these days, choosing a provider you know and trust has become more important than ever. Solaris Fiber Network is the fastest technology available. It's more reliable than internet or cable internet and provides equal upload and download speeds. Solaris has been keeping Central Wisconsin connected for over 125 years and has the speeds you need. Call, stop in, or visit Solaris.net to learn more. Solaris powering this game here in the press box at Southwood County Southwood County Stadium, Wood Trust Bank Field. Coming through clear and crisp here on this beautiful Friday night. And kick it away. A nice kick there. Reed Dillman tries to track it down. That one will go into the end zone. And a touchback for the Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds. And they were cheering big time when he made the field goal. And cheering even more now that he just put it into the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 coming up for the Assumption Royals, who again scored 14 last week, but were down big when they scored their second touchdown. See what Jack Klatt and company can do here on their opening drive. 6:42 to go in the first quarter. Lieberg, Stats, Dillman, Shaw, the skill players with Alex Sullivan. And then the offensive line for Jack Klatt. Joey Moyer, the center. In motion goes Dillman up the middle to Nick Lieberg. He's going to be stopped there, brought down. A gain of 2 on the play for Nick. Now they'll give him 2.5. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 coming up. Again, just underway here in the Central Wisconsin Small Conference matchup. Iola-Scandinavia took nearly just over 5 minutes off the clock in their opening possession. And going to have a stop here and a false start on the Assumption Royals. Second down coming up. And that was a play that didn't move quickly enough, and the offense, a couple of Royals were moving too quickly. Second down and 12 for the Royals. Again, Ryan Shaw to the near side. He is up against Parker Prawl. Again, Royals don't throw a lot. Handed up to Nick Lieberg. No, Cladden will keep it. Pitched it out to Stats on the far side. He's going to get run out of bounds. Right back to where they had it nearly before. Third down and about 7.5 coming up for the Assumption Royals. Again, a passing now situation for the Royals. They don't do it a lot. We'll see what they have in mind here on third down and about 7. See if they go to Alex Sullivan, get Reed Dillman on a wheel route or something here. Third down and long. Shaw lined up to the near side. Clad back under center. Dillman in motion. They're going to flank it out to him, pitch out to him. He's got room and breaks one arm tackle from Prawl and near the 40-yard line. A nice run there by Reed Dillman. Again, Parker Prawl trying to reach in there and rip it out, and the muscle from Reed Dillman able to break through that tackle and pick up enough for a first down on a third down and 8. Nice job by Dillman. First and 10, ball at the 40-yard line. Working from north to south, 5:55 to go in the opening quarter. Clad back under center. Again, everybody in the box. It's very condensed offense. Cade Stats tries to get to the outside, and no blocking for Cade, and Nick Lieberg knows it. Frustrated with himself. Second down and 11 coming up. 7-0 Iola-Scandinavia. 10-yard scamper from Isaiah Hoyard. Again, they started the game with a long kickoff return, and it was brought back all the way to the 20-yard line on a hold, and then they still went the distance. They did it all on that drive, passing, running. And Clad under center again, going to hand it up to Lieberg. He's going to be stopped immediately and taken down. Gain that yard back. Third down and 10 coming up. Again, Iola-Scandinavia beefy in the middle. And tough for this Royals offensive line to move this Iola defense. Third down and 10 coming up. Less than 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. They'll give them 2 yards on that play. Third down and 9. Shaw back here. Again, they've had the same formation throughout this opening drive. Clad's going to keep it. Come out to the near side. Pitch it out to Dillman. Trying to get the edge. He's going to be pushed out of bounds. It's going to be close. It's going to be a fourth down and a yard for Reed Dillman. Fourth down coming up for Assumption, and Coach Sullivan, I believe, yelled punt, or they have to get a, they're going to get Manny Schultz out of the game. Fourth down and a yard. Again, miscommunication between the Assumption Royals here, and Cade Stats will be back to punt. Good snap. It's going to be blocked by the Thunderbirds, and right there, Iola-Scandinavia will take it over at the 44-yard line. 3 in the face of Cade Stats. Cade didn't get it away quickly enough, And the Assumption Royals pretty much turned it over on that punt. Stats can get it away, and he can punt well, but the pressure from Iola-Scandinavia in the face of Kate Stats, and now the Thunderbirds will take it over again, 1st and 10. The wide receiver way off the line on the far side. Going to hand it up to, and he's going to keep it himself as Prawl up the middle, break a couple tackles, fall inside of Assumption territory to the 44.5-yard line, and another first down for the Thunderbirds. 4:13 to go in the opening quarter. And we talked about it before the game. The first 12 minutes, the first quarter will tell a lot about this game, and right now Iola-Scandinavia having their way so far here in the opening 8 minutes. Prawl will keep it himself, pitch it out to the near side. That's Judge. He's going to be stopped there. Gullickson is going to be stopped, and Joey Moyer with a big tackle for the Assumption Royals, and a loss of about 6 on the play. Gullickson on the carry, Moyer on the tackle. 2nd down and 16. Nice job by Moyer. And a receiver to the far side, got Gullickson standing right near midfield trying to snap his helmet back together, and he finally does. The official all the way back. The back judge starts to count. Prawl will keep it himself again up the middle, and Kemp Ross is there and brings him down. Kemp Ross with a big tackle. Or didn't tackle him, big stop, I guess. And Iola-Scandinavia going backwards here on the last 2 plays. On the read option, and Prawl pitched it out to Gullickson last time, and Kemp Ross able to stop him there. They blew the whistle dead, and Ross just pushed him out of the way. 2:30 to go, first quarter, 7-0. Iola-Scandinavia, 3rd down, and what, about 19? Back judge starts to count. They might be going even further back. And they do not. It is going to be a delay of game. Got it, snapped it at about half a second too late, and they're going to send them back 5 more yards. About 3rd down and 24 now. 3rd down and a long way to go for Iola-Scandinavia. 2:05 to go. Prawl looks at his wristband, and Coach Erickson will take a timeout. We'll do the same. 1:58 to go in the opening quarter. It is Iola-Scandinavia 7, Assumption nothing. You're watching Assumption Royal Football on Zaleski Sports.
From first contact at Dental Clinic of Marshfield, their dentists are committed to your individual attention and strive to provide personalized oral health care. They work hard to create the ultimate stress-free and comfortable dental experience. It is their mission to educate and provide the patients with the best dental care in Central Wisconsin. Whether you're looking for information on implants, teeth whitening, crowns, orthodontics, dentures, or any dental service, Dental Clinic of Marshfield has it for you. You can book your appointment online at dentalclinicofmarshfield.com or give them a call at one of their 3 locations in Marshfield, Stratford, or Neillsville today.
Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution. For 60 years, Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been serving school districts, municipalities, counties, religious organizations, and businesses in Wisconsin and beyond. Visit b-bt.com and let Bauer & Fine Business Technologies be your complete office technology solution. That's b-bt.com.
Third down and long coming out for Iola-Scandinavia. Prohl passes to the far side, and Moyer is there again for the Royals. A huge stop defensively for Assumption after the block punt, and Iola-Scandinavia just went backwards on that drive. And it's going to be 4th down and a mile coming up for Iola-Scandinavia. Wonderful job by the Assumption defense after the blocked punt. Dillman back to receive. Hoyard, and that was going to bounce. That one might take a couple of Iola-Scandinavia bounces, and it will inside the 15. And that is where the Assumption Royals will start their next possession. Looks like Mason Kubis back there as well for Assumption. At Fleet Farm, community days are going on now. Donate non-perishable food or personal care items at your local Fleet Farm store and get a coupon for $10 off a $75 purchase. Fleet Farm, probably serving the Midwest since 1955. Got all the games going on here. Got Brewers and Cubs going on in Milwaukee. The final 10 home games for the Brewers. Klatt will hand it up the middle to Lieberg. Muscles his way through the middle of the line near the 20-yard line to the 19. And it's going to be 2nd down and manageable for the Royals. Give them 2nd and about 4. Best run for Lieberg of the night so far. 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Klatt back under center. Going to hand it up. No, he's going to keep it himself. Up through the middle. He breaks one tackle. Still moving. Falls forward near the 30-yard line. Jack Klatt put his shoulder down. And a 1st down for the Royals at the 29-yard line. Clock runs. That may be, I think they'll probably run one more before the end of the quarter. 1st and 10 for Assumption. Under center, he's going to roll out to his right, looking for a pass, and he finds his receiver there. He may gain a yard. Kate Stats on the reception, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. After that first drive, Assumption defense holding Iola-Scandinavia nicely, making them go backwards, but that will end our first quarter here from Wood Trust Bank Field at Southwood County Stadium in Wisconsin Rapids. After the first 12 minutes, it is Iola-Scandinavia 7, Assumption nothing. You're watching Assumption Royal football on Zaleski Sports.
Chili Implement, located just north of Highway 10 in Chili, is your place for Kubota zero-turn mowers. If your lawn is big or small, we have all the lawn care solutions for you. Check out our 60-inch deck. Kubota powerful, precise, proven. Chili Implement is your choice for Kubota, Case IH, and Gale. Chili Implement, open 6 days a week to serve you. Chili Implement.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great child care you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school districts and to help the children stay, their 4K children to stay close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggle worms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. 2nd down and 11 for the Royals. A hand up the middle. Looks like there are a couple of feet still moving. And it's going to be 3rd down for Assumption as we start the second quarter here in Wisconsin Rapids. Last check in at DC Everest, the Evergreens were up 3-0 on Marshfield. Stratford was up 7-0 on Nakusa in the first quarter, the last look. And we'll, again, at halftime, we'll go through our
the rest of our games and give you updates throughout the evening here on Zaleski Sports. 3rd down and 8 for the Royals, working from south to north, right to left. Klatt under center in motion and rolling out to his left, looking for a pass. He's got Shaw, and it's going to be caught by Ryan Shaw out of the reach of Parker Prohl, and a beautiful pass by Jack Klatt, and Shaw brings it in, and a huge gain for the Assumption Royals. Beautifully done by Assumption, got past Parker Prohl, and the Assumption Royals with a big gainer, and it's 1st down and 10 for Assumption. And out of the reach of Parker Prohl, and Ryan Shaw brought it in, needed to break 1 tackle, and a touchdown saving tackle that was. Handed up to Lieberg again. No, Klatt's going to keep it himself, and going to fall inside the 25-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd down coming up for Assumption. That was a big, big gainer on 3rd down and long. Again, got a knock on wood here, but Assumption has been clean so far, except for that 1 false start, but that was all the way deep in their own territory. Assumption has been clean in the penalty field so far here tonight. 2nd down and about, I'll say 6, 5.5. Klatt back under center. Official starts counting. In motion is Dillman, going to hand it up. No, Klatt's going to keep it himself. Find a hole off right guard and fall inside the 15-yard line. Nice read there by Jack Klatt, able to fake it up to Lieberg and then follow Reed Dillman through the hole and pick up a 1st down inside the 15-yard line. 1st and goal for, or excuse me, 1st and 10 for Assumption. At the 15, they'll mark them right there. Clock runs, under 10 minutes to go in the opening in the opening half, I should say. A big pickup from Ryan Shaw during that, and a huge hit off left tackle, and Jack Klatt's going to fall forward. But Caden Judd's and big 64 in there as well. Again, you could hear the pads popping. Brock Moon comes off holding his left shoulder. And again, you heard that collision. It was a big one. 2nd down and 11. Again, beautiful Friday night here in central Wisconsin. Assumption Royal football on Zaleski Sports here throughout 2021. Assumption will be back in action on Thursday next week against Pittsville. Klatt's going to pitch it out to Dillman. Try and find a hole. He does. Outside. Breaks 1 tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, Assumption. Reed Dillman from 16 yards out. And a great job again by Jack Klatt on a perfect read. And Reed Dillman finds the end zone. And it's 7-6 with 8:57 to go in the opening half. Great job by Jack Klatt. It's a huge high five from Coach Jeff Sullivan. And now Mason Kubis in to attempt the point after. One heck of a drive put on by the Assumption Royals. Capped off by that touchdown thanks to a big play by Ryan Shaw. It is up by Kubis, and it is good. 8:57 to go in the opening half. We're all tied up here in Wisconsin Rapids. You're watching Assumption Royal football on Zaleski Sports.
Really got to understand what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And, you know, that's what Shai has. It's the connection that he has, you know, my best interest in mind, always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
Scores from around the network here tonight. Everest is up 3-0 on Marshfield in the second quarter, I assume. Greenwood was up 20-0 on Tri-County. Brewers are tied at 0 with the Cubs in the second inning, if anyone cares. Marathon and Edgar. Edgar is up big, 27-0 in that game. And looking to come out or get a win after that loss. And Alex Sullivan from right to left after Assumption with a nice touchdown drive. See if Assumption can hold off Caden Judds on this kick return. Sullivan with a nice kick again. This one's going to be taken at about the 13-yard line, near side. And Hoyard going to get taken down at about the 38-yard line, 1st and 10 for Parker Prawl and company here in the first half. See if we can get you some more scores from Zaleski Sports Network here tonight. Got 9 of them for you. And at halftime, I'll make sure, take a look, see what we've got for you. Parker Prawl back in the shotgun. 15-0 Stratford over Nakusa. That's Nakusa's homecoming. Going to hand it up the middle to Gullix, and he's going to be taken down there, driven backwards. And they'll give him a yard on the play. Joey Moyer again there for the Royals. And it's going to be 2nd down and 9 for Iola. Talked to Joey in their win over over Wild Rose a couple weeks ago. Mosinee up 13-6 on Wittenberg-Burnhamwood. That's a kind of a low-scoring game for what we thought it might be. Parker Prawl is going to keep it, try to get to the outside. He breaks an arm tackle, and he's going to be taken down before he could get to the 45, and it's going to be 3rd down coming up. Assumption much better pursuit to the ball this week than they were last week. I'll talk to Coach Sullivan about that after the ball game. 3rd down now coming up in about 5 yards. Pacelli again is over at St. Mary Catholic. And Pacelli's up 20-6 in that game. Prawl's going to pitch it out to the outside. Hoyard along the sideline. Again, just a big burst of speed. It's going to fall inside the 40-yard line. And another 1st down for Iola-Scandinavia. Again, on the short side of the field, able to find a hole and get that burst of speed from Isaiah Hoyard. And it's going to be 1st down and 10 coming up for Iola with 7:30 to go first half. 2 receivers near, 1 of the far. Hoyard in the running back position behind Parker Prawl. From left to right. Now Judds back to pass again. Across the middle, one hand, and it's going to be dropped through the hands of Hoyard, and Gullickson almost came away with it. And it's going to be 2nd down and 10 coming up. That would have been a heck of a play for Parker Gullickson behind Isaiah Hoyard. 2nd down and 10. Kind of a surprise score in at Spencer Columbus. The Rockets up 14-7 on Amherst in the second quarter. Yeah, that was a game that Spencer Columbus beat Amherst last year in Amherst. Hand up the middle, big hole for Hoyard. Flag comes in from the White Hat. And again, that usually indicates a holding or a face mask. And he goes over and talks to Alex Sullivan, and it's going to be a hold on Iola-Scandinavia. Under a minute to go in that first half in Spencer. Going to back him all the way up near the 47-yard line. Again, the last 2 possessions, Iola has
except for a couple plays on this one, on this drive, Iola has gone backwards. It was about 4th down and 30 when they punted away the last time. Prawl in the shotgun. Hoyer now flanks out to the left. Back to pass. Pressure's on Kemp Ross. And a screen is going to be set up. Beautifully done. In the middle. Breaks the tackle. Still on his feet is Tappa inside the 20-yard line. And a big gainer for Iola-Scandinavia. The screen called perfectly for Iola. All the way inside the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 16. 6:30 to go, first half. Couldn't have asked for a better play call. And Prawl is going to keep it himself. Cut back up the middle. He's going to be taken down there near the 15. They'll give him the 14, second and 8 from the, what are they going to call that, the 14-yard line. 6:07 to go and counting, first half. 7-7. Assumption and Iola-Scandinavia. Assumption next week again hosts Pittsville next Thursday. We'll have that game for you. Trips flanked out to the left. Hoyer behind Prawl. And hand up the middle again, moving his way, cutting back and forth and right and left. And Isaiah Hoyer inside the 5-yard line. Clock runs, 5:35. Again, all set up again by a huge pass play. It was for the Royals on their scoring drive, and a huge screen pass. Brought Iola deep inside of Assumption territory. Prawl's going to hand it up to Hoyer. He breaks one tackle. He's not going to break a second or a third. And a good stop there. And it's going to be a 2nd and goal from about the 6-yard line. Prawl gets his guys up to the line quickly and then looks over to the sidelines and then at the wrists for a play. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Prawl shotgun, flanked by Judds, and Hoyer. And Prawl's going to hand it off, and cuts again back inside the middle. He's going to fall forward as Hoyer. And he is an elusive running back as Isaiah Hoyer gets inside the 5-yard line. And now Parker Prawl quickly to the line. And he's going to keep it himself, push back. Are they going to give it to him? He's not. 4th down and goal. Now coming for Iola inside the 1-yard line. 4th and goal from inside the 1. Big chance here for Assumption. Prawl's going to hand it up and jump into the end zone for the touchdown from a yard out. And Iola scores with 4:02 to go in the opening half. Again, a nice drive put together. Again, all thanks to that big pass play from Parker Prawl to Will Tappa that extended the drive and then put Iola in a great position to score. I believe it was Isaiah Hoyer jumping into the end zone. The 1 point PAT upcoming. Yeah, no name for number 40, so if you're from Iola or anywhere, let us know who's kicking the field goals, and it is through the uprights and good. 4:02 to go in the first half. Iola-Scandinavia 14 and Assumption 7. You're watching Assumption Royal Football on Zaleski Sports.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken of Marshfield has been voted Best Pizza in Marshfield 12 years in a row. With popular choices like broccoli, bacon, cheese, drunken chicken, or any of the 25 specialty pizzas, Scotty's is ready to earn your vote now at 715-384-8118. Choose Scotty's for pizza, chicken, subs, sandwiches, and more. Carry out, dine-in, and delivery. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715 384-8118.
H&S Manufacturing in Marshfield is hiring. If you're a hardworking individual, then we need you. Do you want a solid company that offers top wages along with a very generous benefits package? Then check out our open positions at H&S. Our benefits include health, dental, life, and disability, plus 401k, cash bonuses, $2 shift bonus, and a substantial vacation plan that has you earning vacation from your very first day. We are looking for welders, painters, and assemblers for both first and second shift. To apply online, Google us at H&S Manufacturing or log on to hsmfgco.com. As Dillman's going to be taken out of bounds. First down and 10 coming up for the Royals. Under 4 minutes to go here in the opening half. 14-7 in favor of Iola-Scandinavia. Again, a couple of big pass plays. One by Jack Klatt to Ryan Shaw to set up that touchdown drive for the Royals. And then Parker Prawl to Will Tappa set up the touchdown for Iola-Scandinavia just moments ago. Shaw lines up to the far side. Sullivan, Dillman, Lieberg, Stats. Handed up the middle to Lieberg. No, Klatt's going to keep it himself. Had nowhere to go. Tried to cut back. And a big hit there again by Caden Judds. Second down and 9 coming up for Assumption. 3:40 to go. Assumption will start the second half with the ball. And methodically making their way up to the line of scrimmage. In motion goes Stats. They're going to pitch it out to him to the near side. Tries to cut back, has nowhere to go. Tries to break an arm tackle. And will gain nothing and will lose nothing. Now they'll give him maybe a half a yard. Third down and long coming up for the Royals at the 26-yard line. And they'll give him 3rd and 7 for the Royals. Get another passing opportunity or a pitch out to Reed Dillman. Again, Reed lines up to the near side. Ryan Shaw to the far side against Parker Prawl. Jack Klatt back under center. Dillman in motion. Stops. And it looks like a timeout will be taken by Coach Sullivan, and we will do the same. 2:43 to go, first half. Iola-Scandinavia 14 and the Assumption Royals 7. You're watching Assumption Royal football on Zaleski Sports.
R&R Flooring in Spencer is your place for the best in innovation and lowest pricing for your flooring project. New or remodel, tile, carpet, hardwood, ceramic, cork, you name it, R&R Flooring is ready for you today. R&R Flooring supports area programs like the broadcast you're watching and also supports area suppliers so you get great quality and pricing that fits your budget. Go to R&R Flooring today to see their showroom of flooring, furniture, mattresses, and custom-built showers. R&R Flooring in Spencer.
Upset alert in Spencer as the Spencer Columbus Rockets up 14-7 on Amherst at halftime. And we'll keep an eye on that game, and we'll give you scores that we have at halftime of our game from the other Zaleski Sports games. Give those to you during our halftime report. Jack Klatt under center, 3rd down and long. Going to hand it up the middle to Lieberg. Has nowhere to go. Breaks a couple of tackles. Still keeps his feet moving. It's going to be close to a first down. And maybe 4th down and a yard coming up. It's going to be close. We'll see what they're going to call for a measurement here from our chain gang. And we'll see. Again, it was close. Didn't look like Nick had anywhere to go. Able to break a couple of tackles. We'll see how far or how close he is. And it's going to be 4th down and maybe a good yard to go. Maybe 6 inches. Yeah, the length of a football to go. 4th down coming up. 4th down for Assumption. Decision time now, as it looks like Jack Klatt and company will be back out there on the field as the chain gang makes their way out and reset. 4th down and a half a yard. Klatt under center, 2:34 to go in the first half. Make sure everybody is reset. Our officials are ready to go. And Klatt rolls under center. Jackson keeping himself, fall forward. It's going to be enough for a first down. They're going to give him forward progress. And Klatt off a right guard, able to get the job done. First down Assumption with 2:27 to go in the first half. Clock runs, 2:20 to go. First down and 10 for Assumption, working from south to north. Again, the Royals will have the ball to start the second half. Klatt rolls back under center. He's going to keep it himself. Pitch it out to Reed Dillman, trying to get to the corner on the far side, and he gets pushed back to the inside and gains a yard. Second down coming up. Nice job by Parker Prawl, forcing Reed Dillman to get back, to have to come back to the inside where his teammates were going to be. Second down coming up, 100 seconds to go in the first half. Back under center, going to hand it up to Lieberg. Again, just muscles his way. Still moving those feet in a first down past the 45-yard line. Again, Nick with a head of steam, not playing last week. They set the chains and they're ready to go. Back to pass is Klatt, still looking, has his receiver far side. It's going to be cut along the sideline, tiptoeing the sideline, and another first down for the Royals inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Nicely done, good pass, good catch by, I believe that's Kate Stats over there, and another first down for the Royals. First and 10, 1:20 to go, first half. Ryan Shaw, the receiver near side. Parker Prawl not in the game. In motion, going to hand it up, and Lieberg again breaks the tackle inside past the 35. Coach Sullivan tells his guys to get up to the line of scrimmage. Second down coming up. Another nice chunk of yards there by Nick Lieberg with 1 minute to go in the first half. Assumption trying to get something on the board. They're taking a lot of time to get up to the line of scrimmage. And Klatt's going to keep it himself, try to get the inside. He breaks the tackle and falls forward. Another, it's going to be close. And they're going to give, the chain is moving, but no indication made. And they're going to stop the clock at 44 seconds. And they're going to give them a first down. As they're going to ask to put 47 on the game clock. Nobody can hear them, so we're going to see if we even know how to do that here. We're going to wait. Again, just waiting to see if we even know how to. There we go. First and 10, now a timeout called, and Iola will do that at 45 seconds to go in the first half. Assumption making their way down the field, see if the Royals can take advantage of it here. And with 45 seconds left, we'll be back. You're watching Assumption Royal Football on Zaleski Sports.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids as the Royals with 45 seconds left see if they can take advantage here and put the ball into the end zone. From right to left, 45 seconds left. Iola-Scandinavia took a timeout. Klatt back to pass. Looking for his receiver across the middle is Shaw. And it's going to be caught. Touchdown, Assumption. Ryan Shaw beat his defender again, and Jack Klatt put it right on the numbers. And the touchdown for the Royals, Ryan Shaw. Jack Klatt having himself a nice night. Again, Parker Prawl not in the game. Ryan Shaw that time beating Carter Mellum. And now Mason Kubas trying to tie it up here with 39 seconds to go. Pressure right up the middle. He's going to be blocked. And that will take us to another break. Assumption scores, though. Just a 1-point game with 39 seconds to go in the first half. It is Iola 14, Assumption 13. You're watching Assumption Royal Football on Zaleski Sports.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids as the Assumption Royals with the behind the arm of Jack Klatt and the hands of Ryan Shaw. Again, Shaw having himself a nice night, a couple of nice catches. That time beating Carter Mellum on the reception and the touchdown. Again, no Parker Prawl in the last about 4 or 5 plays of that drive, who usually covers Ryan Shaw, or who has so far tonight. And then able to get the job done was Ryan Shaw and Jack Klatt. Again, don't pass a whole lot, but may have found a spot in that defense as Alex Sullivan will kick it away. Getting a little squibber up the middle, going to be picked up there, and still on his feet. It looks like Mellum again, and going to fall near the 45-yard line. Iola with 2 timeouts left and a couple of big playmakers. See if they want to take a couple of shots. 34 seconds to go in the first half. 14-13. As Alex Sullivan trying to change his shoe, and they didn't have a defensive lineman, as now they got enough guys in there. Receiver to the near side. 3 with Prawl in the backfield. There's 4 players in the backfield right now for Iola-Scandinavia. Back to pass. Pressure's up the middle and looking for his receiver along far sideline, and Burkhauser's there, knocks it down. And second down coming up. Reed Dillman step for step with, looks like Will Tappa out there. Second down coming up. Again, you can just see the arm of Parker Prawl. 3 receivers to the near side. 28 seconds to go. Pressure's on. Low snap rolling out to his left. Prawl looking for his receiver. Lobs it. One-handed catch near side by Gullickson. Runs out of bounds with 21 seconds to go. Again, the pressure came from his weak side, able to pick up a low snap. It's going to be close. It looks like they may give him the first down. And they will. First down, 21 seconds remaining here in the opening half. It has been an exciting first half here in Wisconsin Rapids as Iola trying to march down the field here in the last 21 seconds. They got 45 yards to go. Prawl in the shotgun. He's been there all night. Back to pass. Pressure is on, rolling out. Manny Schultz with a sack all the way back to the 45 of Assumption. A play took too long to develop, and Manny Schultz with the sack. And that might run us. No, Coach Erickson's going to take a timeout with 4 seconds to go, looking for one desperation heave from Parker Prawl. We'll keep it right here in Wisconsin Rapids as we hear from Hawkins Ash CPAs in Marshfield. Hawkins Ash CPAs is a certified public accounting firm that is big enough to serve you, but small enough to care. Accounting professionals in the firm's Marshfield office provide local and tax accounting services and are backed with the resource and support of 9 other offices and more than 150 team members. Contact Hawkins Ash CPAs in Marshfield for all your tax and accounting needs. Visit them online at hawkinsash.cpas to learn more. Again, the defense has been outstanding at times for Assumption. They're able to get to Parker Prawl and see what they can do here with 4 seconds to go. Again, one desperation heave, I would assume, unless they go some trickery here with Prawl and the laterals. We'll see what they can do. Assumption needs to keep contained here. 3 receivers. In motion goes Gullickson from near to far. And back to pass. Again, just waiting for his wide receivers. He'll heave it along the far sideline. He's got him and overthrows him. And that will end our first half. What an exciting first half here in Wisconsin Rapids. It has been not quite as I expected, but a good first 24 minutes here in Wisconsin Rapids. You're watching Assumption Royal football on Zaleski Sports. We'll send it over to Jason Zaleski. He's got our halftime report and halftime programming for us here tonight. Again, halftime, Iola 14, Assumption 13. Assumption will have the ball to start the second half. Enjoy our halftime programming, and we'll be back to Wisconsin Rapids after this.
With the WIAA's Kate Peterson-Abiad to talk about officiating and the state of officiating in Wisconsin. Kate, let's dig into it right away. There has been talk about a coming shortage of officials in our state for a long time, and it really seemed to pick up, and along with the popularity of social media. But about 5 years ago, we started seeing these regular updates from the WIAA social media feeds. And then we got one that's actually showing on the screen now back on August 27th that, holy cats, it happened. We're short by about 40%, and boy, we really need some help. So tell us about the last 4 to 5 years, and knowing this was coming, what are things that the WIAA did that maybe didn't work, but what are things that happened that kind of have led to this point, and fixes that you have tried to apply?
Sure. First of all, I've just gotten into this new role with the WIAA with officials. So I'm really doing a lot of research and seeing what the numbers have been in the past and how we were impacted and when that all started. So kind of give you a little bit of historical view. And I took this role over on August 1st. So, I don't have specific information. I wasn't maybe even here at that time, but looking back at it, I know when the national push started coming for the recruitment of officials and all of that. So I looked back, and in 2010, there were 9,940 officials registered with the WIAA. And because some officials register in multiple sports, we had over 16,000 registrations from those 9,900 people. We had 16,179 registrations. So then as recently as 2017, which is where I kind of looked back to, we were down at that point to 8823. So we lost about 1,100. And that's when people started talking about pushing, to get new officials, and talking a little bit about aging out of officials, that are officials who had joined, it all kind of joined in the same era, and they were, they're nearing retirement, and those who were retiring were not being replaced as quickly by new and young officials who are just starting in the game. And we need to constantly be replenishing for every official that retires. So from 2017 to 2019, those numbers went from 88 back to 90, almost 9,400. So, you saw, we didn't get back quite to the 99, but we got to, as I said, 9,400 officials. We stayed steady. In 2020, before the pandemic hit, we were at 9,250 for officials. And so we weren't seeing the crisis that some of the other states were already seeing, but we did know that the aging was coming and the retirements were coming and all of that. Well, then the pandemic hit, and we basically said, listen, if this doesn't seem like a year that you should be officiating, or that you've got your concerns about it, we understand, and we're going to keep you where you are, the level you are. If you choose not to license this year, there's going to be no repercussions to that. Because, officials, they can move up the chart each year by officiating a certain number of games and watching the rules video and taking the exam. We just told everybody we were going to hold them steady, whether they, they could go up a level if they decided, but they weren't going to lose anything by not officiating. We were at 7,818 officials for the 2021 season. So we lost, about 1,400 officials during that time. The question that we were mulling around was how many of them would come back? Would we bounce back? I mean, maybe there were some that were nearing retirement and would say, hey, I didn't miss it that much this year, or what have you, and then decide I'm just going to stay away. I'm not going to relicense. We did know that there would be, some of that happening. I think what we were not prepared for is the fact that, I know that some of those people came back, but we lost additional people. So instead of recovering between 9,250 and 7,800, we dropped dramatically to 6,071 from last season to this season. Now, I can tell you that I'm tracking these numbers month by month. And so my first month, August, we just finished that month yesterday. I looked at the numbers from the month of August, and there may be people that are out there that are waiting to see what's going to happen. Are the sports going to go forward as planned? And, do I want to register for the winter indoor sports? That's where a lot of our numbers are down. Or do I want to just wait and see what's going to happen here? So over the course of the last month, we've had 280 additional people register in 425 approximately different registrations. So taking a little bit of a jump. And I'm hoping that if each month we can get another 400 to 500 people come back, that we're not just decided not to register yet, then we can get a little bit of a boost over the next couple of months prior to the start of the winter sports. But it has to be a real hard look at what's going on here. And there's been a lot of publicity about, the officials treated when they're working by fans and coaches and athletes and so on. I was actually here last night reading a lot of information about that. And it seems like the officials report that the highest percentage of maybe grief that they get while they're working comes from the fans and what they're calling parents, because they separated those two: parents, fans, coaches, athletes. And they say for the most part, the athletes, they can keep them in check, and that the athletes aren't the ones who get, really crazy with their attitudes and stuff out there. But and the coaches, even, they have some latitude, but short of kicking fans out of the games, which no official wants to do that, there's just not a way to keep that in check for them. So I know that that's part of it. It's just the culture out there at these games that is really toxic for the officials. And then, as I said, the retirement is pulling them away. And then, is this something that young kids are being enticed to get into? You hear about fathers who have officiated for years and their daughter or son then decide to license. They've grown up kind of in that life. that I think we see a lot of, but we need some young people to become engaged and decide to take this on as a potential hobby.
There are people out there that say, I really enjoy sports. I don't think I know enough to be an official. So talk to those people, and then where do they go to get started?
Okay, so that's true. I mean, there's a lot of people get into officiating who either didn't play the sport, but maybe their kid played the sport. That's a big population. And a lot of those people come and then they go after their kids have graduated and so on. So if you have interest in sports, if you know people who have interest in sports, if you have friends who are officials, you don't have to have all the knowledge. You're expected to learn that information, but when you register, you go to the WIAA website. There's a tab that says it says officials, and then when you click on it, the very number one thing says become an official, and there's pages of information on how to do it. You can register online, and then as soon as you register, you choose the sport or sports that you want to be licensed in. You receive a rules book in that sport. And then, which you also can get like an ebook, an app on your phone. You can have the book right there with you on your phone. And then you have to watch the rules video, which we put out each year in each sport. And then you have to take the rules exam, which is a 100 question exam from the NFHS. Now, does that mean you're ready to go out and officiate your first varsity match? No, heavens no. You need to understand all the hand signs and everything else that goes along with officiating, what the rules are. So there are officials associations all over the state. We have a list of those associations on our website. You can find one near you. Officials associations they actually educate the officials. They show videos and what you make the call, those types of things that are constantly improving our officials. And then they hold clinics as well. And you learn the classroom stuff, you're watched on the court, and you get guidance for how to be better. And then they put you in a category of what level maybe you could be officiating, and then they help you find places to officiate at that level. And that's a good way for us to identify who's moving quickly through the ranks so we can get them some better games and get them more opportunities.
All right, welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. We get you ready for second half action here from Wood Trust Bank Field at Southwood County 2000 Stadium as the Assumption Royals trailing just by a point here, 14-13, as we get you ready for the second half of action. Ryan Shaw with a touchdown, Reed Dillman with a touchdown for the Royals. Parker Prawl, I believe both touchdowns have been from Isaiah Hoyard for the Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds. Assumption will start the second half with the football, working from south to north as you watch on your screen. Scores from around the Zaleski Sports Network tonight. Marshfield was up 7-3 on DC Everest. Edgar bouncing back in a huge way, up 36-0 on Marathon. Stratford is putting a dapper on Nakusa's homecoming, 36-0 Stratford. 20-6 Mo's Knee over Wittenberg Burnhamwood. Greenwood up 42-0 on Tri-County. Amherst and Spencer Columbus tied at 14. Pacelli up big, 33-6, and Neelsville is up on Fall Creek, 22-20. Those are your scores. If you have other ones, let us know. Pass them along in the chat box as you watch here tonight. Again, appreciate everyone tuning in. This is another high arcing punt. That one's going to be picked up by Reed Dillman at about the 10-yard line, working from right to left. Again, just waiting for a hole to open up, and he's going to be taken down there. Nice little return by Reed as we start the second half. Again, we'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Erickson and Coach Sullivan both made at halftime. The Royals looked a little bit to be able to take advantage of the passing game in that second quarter mainly, and pick up a couple of big chunks of yards. And Parker Prawl right back in defense after Carter Mellum gave up the touchdown to Ryan Shaw in that second quarter. Going to hand it off to Reed Dillman. Again, with a quick little feed, he's off to the races. Reed Dillman and the Assumption Royals will take the lead on the first play of the second half. Reed Dillman goes a distance nearly 70 yards, and the Assumption Royals up 19 to 14 at 11:43 to go. Again, ran to the opposite side of Parker Prawl, and there was nobody. Reed Dillman patiently awaited his blockers, and then with his burst of speed, there was nobody that was going to catch Reed Dillman on that back side. And it's 19-14 as Assumption looking to go for a two-point conversion. They have not been good in this department this year. Rolling out to his right is Klatt, looking, dumps it off, and the two-point conversion is no good. But Assumption leads 17 seconds into the second half, and it is the Royals 19 and Iola-Scandinavia 14. You're watching Assumption Royal football on Zaleski Sports.
Mid-State Technical College. Career skills first. Learn online or with small in-person class sizes and collaborative learning environments. Develop hands-on skills for your degree or the workforce. Earn a guaranteed transfer to over 20 four-year colleges and universities. Or get in, get out, and get working. And save money while you reach your goal. Make career skills your first choice at Mid-State Technical College. Get started at mstc.edu.
One of the fastest kids I've seen in a very, very long time. Reed Dillman, man, oh man. Again, just get him out into that open air, and there's nobody that's going to catch Reed Dillman on a breakaway. And Reed got the job done. And the Royals 17 seconds into the second half. And before people even got back into their seats, the Royals lead 19-14. Again, it looked like a totally different team from a week ago. Pacelli put a hurt on him in the first half. Royals, again, a lot of confidence going into halftime. They scored. They held Iola-Scandinavia to just 14 points in that first half. Sullivan with the grounder, going to be picked up right in the middle, and still moving his feet, though. Falls past the 40-yard line in a good starting position here for Iola to start their opening possession of the second half, all the way up to the 42-yard line. And Amherst now, if anybody checking in, Amherst with back-to-back touchdowns. They lead 21-14. Amherst will host, I believe, WIAA next week. If WIAA is able to play, they had to, I believe, cancel their game this week. Maybe it was Manoa. I know Manoa had to go down for 2 weeks. They're going to hand it up to the near side. Again, a big burst of speed. Nice tackle there by Nick Lieberg. And I believe Kate Stat's in there as well. But a conference championship most likely on the line in week 9 of the high school football season. Amherst and Stratford. That is going to be a massive, massive game over at Amherst High School on October 15th at 7 o'clock. We'll, of course, bring that game to you live on Zaleski Sports. Prawl in the shotgun formation, going to keep it himself, trying to get to the outside. Cups back inside, now all the way back across the field. Open field in front of him, stiff arms. Going to be taken down from behind there by Reed Dillman. And a big gain there by Parker Prawl. And first down coming up for Iola-Scandinavia. Again, couldn't find anything on the far side, and then cut all the way back across the field. And a big pickup there for Parker Prawl. Iola's possession, now a minute long, inside near the red zone. I believe they are at the red zone, 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Prawl, again, same play, going to hand it up. No, he's going to keep it himself up the middle. Bounces to the outside, and no contained. Stiff arms a man to the ground, and touchdown Iola. The right hand of Parker Prawl. I believe that might be Mason Kubis over there. Sent him to the turf, and Prawl doing the work on his own puts Iola back on top, 20-19. So 2 quick scores here in the second half. We have played 90 seconds in the second half. They've got 2 touchdowns. The PAT upcoming. It is up, and it is a wobbler, but good. 10:28 to go. Third quarter. Iola-Scandinavia 21 and Assumption 19. You're watching Assumption Royal Football on Zaleski Sports.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
(21-19) in favor of the Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds. Again, Parker Prawl getting the job done on that last drive for IS. And that was going to be another high arcing kick. Going to be taken there from right to left. And up the middle. Now room again. No way. Assumption again. Coast to coast. Reed Dillman. Holy man. And the Royals lead. Back again. Holy man, 25-21. Again, just patience for Dillman, waiting for his blockers. And when there's nobody in front of him, there's no stopping him. Coast to coast for Reed Dillman, and 3 touchdowns in the first minute and 45 seconds of this third quarter. Reminds me a lot of the DeSoto game, a lot of quick touchdowns to start that second half. Reed Dillman again. Mason Kubis for the PAT. High snap. It is up, and it is good. All right, another break. 10:14 to go in the third quarter. Assumption 26, Iola-Scandinavia 21.
Rustic Redefined is the area's boutique clothing store for women and children. You'll find a personalized shopping experience with unique and trendy styles to choose from. Rustic Redefined specializes in affordable clothes and accessories with red carpet service. Find your individual style at Rustic Redefined on 8th Street South in Wisconsin Rapids and Rustic Redefined on Facebook.
Man, oh man, back and forth we go here in Wisconsin Rapids. Again, third touchdown of the quarter, and we have played a minute and 46 seconds. Reed Dillman with a couple of touchdowns. Parker Prawl with a touchdown. It's going to be a shootout to the end, and we are just past the 8:30 mark here in Wisconsin Rapids. 26-21, Assumption. Alex Sullivan from right to left. He's another squibber on the ground. That was going to be picked up at about the 30-yard line. That's Tapa, and he's going to be toppled over there. A nice tackle, and it looks like Joey Moyer coming up from the pile. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for Iola-Scandinavia. See if we can put together a sustainable drive now for Iola. See if we can take some time off this clock here in the third quarter. Already the fourth quarter in Spencer. Amherst up 21-14. We'll keep an eye on that game for you. Stratford was up huge on Nakusa at halftime. Again, at the Papermakers homecoming. Beautiful facility over there as well. Parker Prawl up the middle. Again, breaking a couple more tackles. He's going to be taken down there by Klatt and company near the 50-yard line. And that's going to be second down and about a yard. Got nothing against the rest of the players, but Assumption's offense has been pretty good here tonight. 9:40 to go. Two receivers off the line, way off the line on the far side. Prawl in the pistol. And going to hand it up the middle to Hoyard. He's going to be taken down near the 50. It's going to be a first down for Iola-Scandinavia. But Assumption, again, much like they did in the first half, playing off of the wide receivers, which gives a quarterback like Prawl a lot of options. They go quick pass in the flat to Parker Gullickson or go long to Judds. But we'll see what they there was a couple of coaches there that told their DBs to get closer. But are the Assumption Royals defensive backs quick enough? And on the counter again, Hoyard, and a big tackle there. Looks like Ryan Shaw with the play. Nice open field tackle by Ryan Shaw. And it's going to be second down now coming up. That was a good read by Ryan on the counter. Had the second running back through, and that was Isaiah Hoyard. Jack Klatt makes his way off the field. Again, Jack's had a good night. Jack has Nick Lieberg in his return. The Royals have played up to the competition here tonight. Iola-Scandinavia coming in, picked to win the conference. Pacelli behind them, Assumption third. And Prawl's going to keep it himself up the middle, tries to get to the outside. He stiff arms another defender. He's going to run out of bounds, get brought out of bounds. And it looks like Mason Kubis there on the tackle. Third down coming up. Again, that stiff arm by Prawl, his very lengthy arms are tough for especially short defenders trying to reach their arms out there and make a tackle. Prawl just sticks his arm out there and pushes him to the ground. And Parker Prawl very, very strong as well. And Hoyard up the middle again, off left tackle. He's going to fall inside the 35-yard line. First down coming up for Iola-Scandinavia. Again, don't want to jinx it. We're at 8 minutes here in the third quarter, but it's been a relatively clean game on the penalty side of things. Prawl and company, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. We'll say 32 and a half. High snap. Prawl's going to be able to bring it down and just running over defenders. Still on his feet. He's going to fall near the 25-yard line. Again, just powering his way over the defenders for Assumption. High snap, broke the play, able to come back away with it. Second down and about 4 for the Thunderbirds. 7:15 to go. Third quarter here in Wisconsin Rapids. Again, don't want to make Hannah jealous or anything, but there's about 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter in Spencer. Between Amherst and Spencer. And Prawl's going to keep it himself. He's going to be taken down in the backfield. Nice play there. And between Alex Sullivan and Cal Burkhauser and company. A nice read there. Third down coming up for Iola-Scandinavia. A place where Coach Erickson is more than willing to go for it on fourth down if he needs to. Third down and about 5. Couple of running backs flanking. Parker Prawl. And Hoyard up the middle, breaks a couple tackles, and he is going to be into the end zone for a touchdown. Hoyard from about 28 yards out, and a slow play developing, but Isaiah Hoyard into the end zone again for Iola-Scandinavia, and it's 27-26. And the point after touchdown coming up. It was about 3rd and 5. Again, a slow developing play. Prawl was waiting. And then handed off to Isaiah Hoyard, who has had himself a pretty good night. The PAT is up, and it is good. 6:15 to go, third quarter. Iola-Scandinavia 28, and the Assumption Royals 26. You're watching Assumption Royal football on Zaleski Sports.
Don't let pain or mobility issues keep you from enjoying life. Let our physical therapy doctors and our staff at Roberts Physical Therapy help you recover your ability to move easily and live free of aches and pains, providing effective individual treatment plans. Whether you're experiencing problems with balance and mobility, you're experiencing pain in your low back, or you're dealing with any other physical challenges, we'll take care of you. For more information on how we can service your needs, contact us today.
Running game getting the job done for Iola-Scandinavia here in the second half as Parker Prawl and his counterpart, but his battering ram, Isaiah Hoyard, both seniors. They got quite a few on this Iola-Scandinavia team. Assumption with 3. And Isaiah Hoyard, Parker Prawl, and company taking the lead again. 4th touchdown already here in the third quarter. And we are not quite halfway through this third quarter. 6:15 to go. And a kick will be sent from left to right. Reed Dillman back there, of course. He had a second kickoff return for a touchdown already this season. Had one against DeSoto. That's a high arcing kick and going to be taken there by the upback. That's Ryan Shaw. And now up the middle, Shaw's going to have a nice return. Going to be 1st and 10 for the Assumption Royals. They have had one Again, just going back, this game reminds me a lot of the DeSoto game. They've got one offensive play here in the third quarter. They've got 2 touchdowns. They had that run by Dillman to start the half. That was 17 seconds off the clock. And then Reed also with a kickoff return for a touchdown, nearly 70 yards. Now Jack Klatt back under center, seeing if the Royals can take some time off the clock here. They hand it off to Dillman again. Why not? Cups back inside. And the slithery Dillman near the 45-yard line, and now he's holding his left knee. Not good. Not good. All right, we'll take a break. Hopefully Reed's all right. That does not look ideal. We'll be back to Wisconsin Rapids after this.
Hi, this is Van Patrick Oates from Rapids Awards and More. People ask, what is the more part of Awards and More? Well, that means that we're more than just an award store. We engrave glass, wood, plastic, guns, Yeti cups, medals, knives, and so much more. We're located on the web at awardsandmore.us. And if you're in the Wisconsin Rapids area, visit our physical store at 1210 Pepper Avenue or check us out on Facebook. Rapids Awards and More than just awards.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
From first contact at Dental Clinic of Marshfield, their dentists are committed to your individual attention and strive to provide personalized oral health care. They work hard to create the ultimate stress-free and comfortable dental experience. It is their mission to educate and provide the patients with the best dental care in central Wisconsin. Whether you're looking for information on implants, teeth whitening, crowns, orthodontics, dentures, or any dental service, Dental Clinic of Marshfield has it for you. You can book your appointment online at dentalclinicofmarshfield.com or give them a call at one of their 3 locations in Marshfield, Stratford, or Neillsville today.
Reed Dillman walking off under his own power. He takes his helmet off, though, and still limping to the sidelines. And we'll see, again, we'll keep an eye on him on the sideline, see if he has the opportunity to run. He got a muscle roller out there. Klatt's going to hand it up the middle. That's Lieberg muscling his way through. It's going to be a first down for the Royals. Again, as soon as they went out there trying to stretch him out, it looked like a cramp, and it looks like a cramp or a muscle pull or something for Reed. Again, just going to keep an eye on him. That is a big loss here in the third quarter for Assumption. With 5:30 to go. He scored the 2 touchdowns for the Royals here in the second half. Hand it off to Stats near side, and Stats runs over a defender, and a nice hard run for Kate Stats. Much like we saw against Wild Rose a couple of weeks ago when Nick Lieberg went out. Wild Rose and Iola, obviously two different teams. Iola much tougher of a monster, much more ferocious as a monster. But when Nick Lieberg went out, we had guys like Kate Stats, had guys like Manny Schultz, had guys like Ryan Shaw step up in big ways to help the Royals pick up that win. Second and short. Going to hand it up to Lieberg again, muscling his way through, and a first down for the Royals. 4:44 to go here in the third quarter. It looks promising. Again, and I'm not a doctor, obviously. That's why I'm sitting up here and not down there or in a doctor's office or anything. But, again, not doing the, as of right now anyway, not doing the ACL checks, not doing anything like that. So we'll see what comes of it with 4:15 to go here in the quarter. Going to hand it off to Lieberg again, and just barely got the handoff to Nick. And it's going to be second down and long coming up for Assumption. And we'll see if they try to stand him up. And as soon as I put my head down to look at the Amherst Spencer score, I look up and he's standing up. So, again, as just trying to get him to stretch out that left leg, and hopefully he can, and get back into this game in the fourth quarter. 3:35 to go. Assumption trails by 2. Going to hand it up to Stats. Trying to get the outside. Muscles his way along the sideline. Pushed out of bounds near the 35-yard line. He looked like he did fumble the ball, but it went out of bounds. And it's going to be 3rd down and about 6 yards to go for Assumption. Amherst will close out the game against Spencer Columbus. They're up 27-14. Just scored a touchdown with 1:40 to go in that game. Again, they were down 14-7 to start the second half. And again, I'll say it until they retire. Coach Mark Lusick and Coach Doug Spadoni, two of the best halftime adjustment coaches that I have ever seen. Pitches out to Ryan Shaw, tries to get to the corner. He will not. Flag comes in. And a big loss on the play, a loss of about 4 or 5. We'll see what the call is. Came in from our white hat. And he is talking to Iola-Scandinavia, so most likely a hold on the play. So it's going to be 4th down and long, or they're going to push him back. 3rd down, we'll say 3rd down and about 15 coming up for Assumption. They'll repeat 3rd down with 3:19 to go here in the 3rd quarter from Wisconsin Rapids. Again, it's been a great game and a great sight for Assumption Royal fans. We'll put him on the camera here. Ryan Shaw making his way over to Coach Sullivan, and Reed will make his way back into the huddle. Awesome, awesome, awesome to see Reed Dillman jog back out onto the field. 3rd down and a mile coming up for the Assumption Royals back at midfield. Again, it's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 3rd down and 5, 10, 15, 20, 21 yards. And nearly fumbled it. Klatt back to pass. Has his receiver Sullivan and knocked away, and it's incomplete. 4th down coming up. Nice defensive play there by Isaiah Hoyard. 4th down for the Royals. Again, the last couple of snaps have not been there for Klatt from Moyer. It looks like Amherst again will come away with a win. Conference championship game in 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks, most likely, if Stratford and Amherst both don't lose. In conference, that is. Good snap, all to the right side, and just got it away to Stats. And that's going to take an Assumption bounce, and will roll out of bounds for Iola-Scandinavia at about the, they're going to put it right at the 25-yard line. That looks about right. As we thank Rapid Sheet Metal, we talked about this. I said I was going to say it here in the ball game. Rapid Sheet Metal, nobody enjoys being without comfort. Time to plan for the winter months ahead. Give the pros at Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling a call for furnace and AC service here in Wisconsin Rapids. We'll be there rapidly to figure out and take care of the trouble, and we'll get the comfort working again rapidly. Call Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling 715-301-0256 and visit online at rapidsheetmetal.com. Parker Prawl now for Iola-Scandinavia. Prawl's going to keep it himself, far side. He's going to pick up a couple of yards on the carry. 2nd down coming up. No, 2nd and about 6 or 7 for Iola-Scandinavia with 2:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 28-26 Thunderbirds. Going to appreciate everyone tuning in tonight, closing in on 9 o'clock here in central Wisconsin. Prawl back in that pistol formation. And he's going to hand it off and get taken down in the backfield again. And Clock stops as Joey Moyer came up to celebrate and I believe held that left quad. And hopefully, again, it's just a cramp here with 1:55 to go in the third quarter. We'll take another break. We'll be back to Wisconsin Rapids. Check on Joey Moyer when we get back.
Chili Implement, located just north of Highway 10 in Chili, is your place for Kubota zero-turn mowers. If your lawn is big or small, we have all the lawn care solutions for you. Check out our 60-inch deck. Kubota powerful, precise, proven. Chili Implement is your choice for Kubota, Case IH, and Gale. Chili Implement, open 6 days a week to serve you. Chili Implement.
Joey Moyer sprints off the field under his own power. Again, just working out those leg muscles. So it looked like as soon as he got up to celebrate that left quad, or he was holding the left quad, and just gave out on him a little bit via the cramp. And it's going to be a big third down after the big tackle by Moyer. Big third down upcoming for the Assumption Royals. Third down and about 9 for Iola-Scandinavia. Working from left to right as you watch on your screen here from Wood Trust Bank Field at Southwood County Stadium on the beautiful campus of Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln. Got the handful here in Rapids now. Prawl will keep it himself. Tries to get to the near side. He will. And tracks it. It's going to be close to a first down as Joey Moyer, who is on the sidelines trying to stretch out, gets run over. And they're going to give him a first down. Wait 90 seconds. Wait until the end of the quarter. I'll come back. First down and 10 coming up for Iola-Scandinavia. Clock runs, 96 seconds to go. I guess a minute and a half, or 1:36 he ran out of bounds, so they stopped the clock. 3 receivers set to the far side. Prawl in the shotgun again, and he's going to keep it himself again. Right up the middle, gets to the outside, and he's going to run out of bounds again near the 50-yard line. And another first down for Iola-Scandinavia. And this is the issue they had last week against Bryson Cashin. Keeping contain and seeing what a guy like Prawl can do. 91 seconds to go in the third quarter. 28-26, Iola-Scandinavia. Working from north to south. Going to hand it off to Hoyert again. Cuts back inside, and Nick Lieberg rips him down. Going to gain about 4.5, 5.5. Second down coming up for the Thunderbirds. Second down and 5 with 60 seconds to go in the third quarter. Got Assumption scored a couple touchdowns via Reed Dillman. Parker Prawl has scored a couple touchdowns here as well for the Thunderbirds. And Prawl's going to keep it himself, toss it out of the outside. Gullickson wide open. Shaw tracks him down, rips him out of bounds. Going to be close to a first down. They will run it. They will wheel the clock. It's going to be third down and maybe an inch. And it will be third down coming up. Maybe he stepped out of bounds. No, third down and a quarter of an inch. With 20 seconds to go. And Prawl taking a lot of time. Iola has used one timeout here in the second half. And I guess they do not need to run another play, and they will not. 36 minutes have completed here in Wisconsin Rapids. 12 left. Assumption trails Iola-Scandinavia 28-26. You're watching Assumption Royal football on Zaleski Sports.
Why am I an orthopedic surgeon? It's a great question. It was nothing I planned. I actually am a Spanish major. Went back to school and became a physical therapist. That was okay, but I decided to go back to school and become the surgeon. I think the biggest thing when you're talking to the patient is if you can relate to them, number one. Number two is if you can teach them what the problem is. If you can teach them what the problem is, they're going to do fine. They're going to learn what it is, they're going to figure out how to fix it, and then they're going to adapt. There's days when things don't work out and things are harder than others, but clearly you're here for one reason and you're not here for you. You're here for the patient that comes in. Healthcare is kind of like going to the supper club in Wisconsin. You always feel like you need to travel to get a better Friday fish fry or to get the prime rib on Saturday, but really here we have everything under the same roof. We have everything within a hospital that, quite frankly, is rated in the top 2 hospitals in the state for joint replacements. We have hospitals coming to us to ask how we do joint replacements, how we solve the problem, how we get patients motivated and moving with very low risk and very low complication rates. And our outcomes are much better.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. Fourth quarter about to get underway as it's about 3rd down and 1/4 of an inch, and now just trying to get the chain gang, I should say, all figured out. The Iola-Scandinavia faithful trying to argue for a 1st down. Let's see if we can get you some other scores here from our own Zaleski Sports Network here tonight. Amherst finished off the win against Spencer Columbus. It's a big win for the Falcons. Another comeback win for Amherst. 4:40 to go in the 4th quarter in Schofield. DC Everest up on Marshfield 10-7. Edgar, of course, looking to come back with a huge win. They are up 42-0. On Marathon. So we start the 4th quarter, about 3rd down and 1/2 an inch to go. And now our white hat over talking to head coach Scott Erickson. And we are about to get underway. In the 3rd quarter, about 35 minutes long. 4 touchdowns in the first 6 minutes of that half. Prawl under center. He's gonna keep it himself, run over his center, and pick up the 1st down. So all that argument for a 1st down, and they needed 6 inches, and they got it. 1st down, Iola-Scandinavia. Gotta appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. Zaleski Sports, your home for Assumption Royal Catholic Athletics here, as we were last school year and again this year. And happy to be back. Looking forward to another great, not looking forward to, we are in the middle of a great fall sports season. Going to hand it up again to Hoyard. He's going to break a couple tackles and muscle his way near the 25-yard line. And it's going to be 2nd down and 1 yard for Iola-Scandinavia coming up. Well, now they stop the clock. No need to stop the clock. Man, that was close. Gain of 10 on the play for Isaiah Hoyard. Pacelli is at Iola October 1st. So it's at 2 weeks. That's going to be one heck of a game over in Scandinavia at Thunderbird Stadium. 11 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Iola trying to go up by a couple of scores. And a hand up the middle. Hoyer, the Royals over pursued. And it's going to be a gain of about 2, a yard and a half by Isaiah Hoyer. Alex Sullivan on the stop. Pacelli with a huge win over St. Mary Catholic. I assume they were up 46-6. Bryson Cashin making his argument for a player of the year honors at a running back. 6 more touchdowns for Bryson Cashin. Having himself a nice senior campaign. Prahl's going to keep it himself. Again, looking for a hole. Breaks a couple tackles. Still on his feet. Inside the 15. And another first down for Iola-Scandinavia. Prahl using those legs. Very, very strong runner. Again, don't forget, stick around for our Nacerville Dairy post-game show. Nacerville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. NacervilleDairy.com. As we will, depending on how the outcome of this ball game goes, we'll determine how we do our post game afterwards. Prahl in shotgun again, gonna keep it himself again. He's having himself a career second half. He's gonna trounce into the end zone for another touchdown for Iola-Scandinavia. They go up 34-26. And the 1-point PAT upcoming. Trying to go up by 9. High snap, good hold, and a good kick. And he has been perfect tonight. 9:43 to go in the fourth quarter. It is now Iola-Scandinavia 35 and the Assumption Royals 26. You're watching Assumption Royal football on Zaleski Sports.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken of Marshfield has been voted Best Pizza in Marshfield 12 years in a row. With popular choices like broccoli bacon cheese, drunken chicken, or any of the 25 specialty pizzas, Scotty's is ready to earn your vote now at 715-384-8118. Choose Scotty's for pizza, chicken, subs, sandwiches, and more. Carry out, dine-in, and delivery. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118.
Back to Wisconsin Rapids as the Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds now up 35-26 on the Assumption Royals. Again, Royals have been able to go toe-to-toe with Iola-Scandinavia. Their Assumption defense just needed a stop, and Parker Prahl has taken over here in the second half for the Royals, or excuse me, for the Thunderbirds, as we thought he would throughout much of this game. Far side stats, it looks like. He's going to take it himself. Tries to get to the middle, still looking for a hole. He's going to cut in, cut out. And again, another nice kickoff return for the Assumption Royals near the 40-yard line. And that is where Jack Klatt and company will start their next drive. Spectrum Benefit Solutions has offices located throughout central Wisconsin. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started today. Royals down 9, 9:33 to go in the fourth quarter. Hand up the middle, looks like Lieberg again, and it gains 3, 4 on the play. Second down and 6 yards to go for the Assumption Royals. Again, we'll be back with the Royals on Thursday. They host Pittsville on Thursday night, 7 o'clock kickoff, as I believe Lincoln then plays at home on Friday. We're going to hand it up to Dillman again, trying to get the outside. Nice tackle there on the interior. Nick Lieberg frustrated with himself again, as Reed Dillman taking a beating here tonight. 3rd down and 5 yards to go for Assumption. Big 3rd down. Again, you're down by 9 points, but have not been able to stop Iola-Scandinavia. This may or may not be 4-down territory with 8.5 minutes to go. Under center, Klatt. Going to hand it up to Lieberg. Now keep it himself, trying to get the corner. He's going to pitch it out and lose a lot of yards as Cade Stats run out of bounds. And it's going to be 4th down and a long way to go for the Assumption Royals. Again, just did not get the blocking they needed along the far sideline. And there's a flag on the play. It's going to be a hold on Assumption to put salt on the wound. All right, that's the saying, salt on the wound? I don't know. Penalty is declined. 4th down coming up for the Assumption Royals. 8:22 to go. Assumption trails by 9. And again, this is maybe a 4-down territory. It is not. Cade Stats back to punt it away. Isaiah Hoyard back to return. And they're going to keep it. Jack Klatt on the fake. Going to pitch it out to Cade Stats. He is going to go nowhere. Turnover on downs on the play. Parker Prohl chases him out of bounds. And it's going to be a turnover on downs. And Iola will start with great field position inside of the Assumption 45 to the 44. Again, a play that's is 4th down at about 7. And that has a long way to go, but as I mentioned, it's 4-down territory and tried the option on the fake punt, and Iola was more than ready for it. 8:16 to go. Iola leads by 9. Prohl in the shotgun with 2 running backs flanking him, Hoyard and Judd's. Going to hand it off to Hoyard on the counter again, and nice tackle there by Cade Stats. 8 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Hoyard, another nice carry. Gain of 3 more. And we'll have Assumption on Thursday against the Pittsville Panthers right here from Wood Trust Bank Field. And then they will be at Rochelt, I believe, on the 1st. And then they're at home against Webster on the 9th. That's homecoming on Saturday. And then they go to Loyal to finish off the season. As Coach Erickson will take a timeout. We'll do the same. Assumption trails by 9. It is 35-26 Iola-Scandinavia. You're watching Assumption Royal Football. Zaleski Sports back after this.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and 0 premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Prohl will keep it himself again. Tries to get the outside. He will. 2 flags come flying in. Another stiff arm along the far sidelines. The flags will come back, though, as 2 officials threw the flag at the exact same time. See what our white hat has, and a couple of holds on the Thunderbirds. So that'll march them back to the 50-yard line. Replay second down. Again, the holding penalties are from the spot of the foul, not from the original line of scrimmage. So marching back to midfield. And I still find it really funny, especially on fields like this. And I know that they are supposed to do it, but on fields that have such good lines and such good yard markers, that it's a 10-yard penalty from where you're standing, and you still have to count off your paces, and you can't just take it back to where it's supposed to be. Second down and long for Iola-Scandinavia at the midfield. Prawl will hand it off again near side on the counter. That's Gullickson, and he's going to run over Reed Dillman along the sidelines. And Reed is, again, down on the turf near the 40. Third down and manageable coming up. Reed has taken a beating here tonight, and he's going to gingerly walk off the field. And they have enough guys. I don't know if they have enough. Reed Dillman came off the field. Oh, yeah, they got 11. Third down and long, or third down and manageable, about 5 for the Thunderbirds. 6:20 to go. Prawl will keep it himself, and flag comes in, and it's going to be a false start on Iola-Scandinavia. They're always looking for that extra little giddy up, and there's been a couple of times when the guards have moved a little bit early to try and get into the pole. And that time able to find or to catch the guilty party from Iola-Scandinavia. 6:10 to go, fourth quarter. Prawl in the shotgun, third down and 8. Going to keep it himself again, up the middle, break a couple of tackles, still keep his feet moving, and it's going to be close to another first down as Coach Sullivan frustrated or hopping up and down. I don't know if, it's fourth down coming up. I don't know if he's frustrated with a couple of his defenders. I think he is. Fourth down and about 2 yards to go. Again, not keeping the down and distance on the scoreboard, so we're trying to do our best to count, and it's not my forte. That's but it does make it a little bit easier here on a field like this. Beautiful, beautiful field in Wisconsin Rapids. Prawl shotgun, going to keep it himself again, up the middle, first down and more. Breaks the tackle, still on his feet, shoestring tackle, unsuccessful. Parker Prawl will go to the house from 40, we'll say 36 yards on a fourth down and 2, and Parker Prawl scores the touchdown for Iola-Scandinavia. 41-26, 15-point game now as the PAT incoming for the Thunderbirds. PAT again, he's been perfect on PATs here tonight, and again, successful here in that one. 5:13 to go, fourth quarter. It is Iola-Scandinavia 42 and Assumption 26. You're watching Assumption Royal Football. Zaleski Sports.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crop season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
$5:13 to go here in the fourth quarter. Iola-Scandinavia now up 16. Up by 2 scores. Assumption's got a chance. They can't, they just have not been able to stop the Thunderbirds here in the second half. And the kick away here for Iola-Scandinavia. That one's going to be taken by Mason Kubis. Up the middle, looking for a hole. He doesn't get it. Falls between the 40 and 45. They're going to mark him at the 43-yard line to start the next drive for Assumption. Again, Royals will be home against Pittsville on Thursday, at Rosholt the week after, and then they will host Webster on October 9th. That is a homecoming game. They were supposed to play Allman Bancroft, but Allman moved down to 8-man football this year. So Webster decided to come down and take on the Royals. And then they will be at Loyal to finish off the season, regular season anyways. Now Shaw behind the defense again, and he hauls it in. Brought down by Hoyard, and Ryan Shaw, another nice catch. Another nice pass by Jack Klatt as well. Got behind the defense all the way from the other side, and Ryan Shaw hauls it in. 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 for the Royals, working from north to south. Klatt back to pass again. Shaw got his defender again, and nearly intercepted by Prawl in the end zone, and it falls incomplete. That was another opportunity for Ryan Shaw. Klatt, there's a flag on the play. Personal foul. Roughing the passer on Iola-Scandinavia. So 15 yards on tacked on. Now maybe, what are they going to do? Half a distance, so up to the 12-yard line. So again, that was a missed opportunity for for Jack Klatt to find Ryan Shaw. Klatt got roughed after the play, but Shaw had his defender beat again. Parker Prawl, if Klatt would have tossed it to the pylon, and that one is way over the head of Shaw and Prawl. And it's second down coming up. 4:41 to go. This game is going to come to a very slow halt. That Assumption is throwing the ball here with 4:41 to go. Try to find Dillman in the flat. And Shaw and Prawl have had a good battle here tonight. 42-26. Thunderbirds on top. Again, the Royals, if they do score, they have to find a way to stop Iola-Scandinavia. Run up to Lieberg up the middle. And falls inside the 10-yard line. Third down coming up. Royals have to put it into the end zone on this drive. Well inside the 10-yard line. Offensive line already down in their stance. Klatt back under center, going to hand it off. No, he's going to pitch it out. Reed Dillman near side, and he is going to get pushed into the end zone. No, inside the 1. First and goal, though, for the Assumption Royals. Got pushed from behind and almost able to trek into the end zone. Reed was that close to his third touchdown of the half. First and goal inside the 1 for the Assumption Royals. 4:13 to go. Again, the Royals, if they get the stop, have to find a way to stop Iola-Scandinavia, which they have not done here in the second half. Jack Klatt under center, 4:13, and not counting because Dillon was out of bounds. Going to hand it up to Lieberg, muscles his way into the end zone. A touchdown, Royals. 42-32. Royals have to go for 2 points here, which, again, they have not been very good this season, attempting 2-point conversions. They were 0-for against DeSoto, 0-for against Auburndale. I think 0-for even against Wild Rose, possibly. I think they had 1 against Pacelli last week. But Assumption has struggled in this department so far this season. Klatt under center. Going to pitch it out to Dillman, tries to get the corner, and he will get pushed in. The 2-point conversion is good. Nice job by Kate Stats from behind, pushing him in and keeping those legs moving for Reed Dillman. The 2-point conversion is good. 4:09 to go, fourth quarter. It's coming down to the wire. 42-34, Iola-Scandinavia. You're watching Assumption Royal football on Zaleski Sports.
Mid-State Technical College. Career skills first. Learn online or with small in-person class sizes and collaborative learning environments. Develop hands-on skills for your degree or the workforce. Earn a guaranteed transfer to over 20 four-year colleges and universities. Or get in, get out, and get working. And save money while you reach your goal. Make career skills your first choice at Mid-State Technical College. Get started at mstc.edu.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. The Assumption Royals trail Iola-Scandinavia here 42-34. What was it at halftime? 14-13? And Iola has been perfect on their PATs here tonight, so that is a big factor so far through their scoring, I should say. And we'll see what Alex Sullivan has in mind here. Assumption, I believe, still with 3 timeouts. Yep, Iola with 2. Assumption with all 3. But Assumption hasn't been able to stop Iola-Scandinavia here. High arcing kick. That one's going to get behind Parker Prawl. Chases it down inside the 5-yard line. Looks almost stumbled. Tries to get to the far outside. Along the sidelines, he's going to be pushed out of bounds there. Nice play by Alex Sullivan. A nice kick to get over the head of Parker Prawl. And that is where Iola will start, deep inside their own territory. We'll say at the, what do you say? Goodness. 18-yard line. No, 8-yard line. No. I don't know. I can't. 14-yard line. There we go. We'll say 13. Why not? Again, just trying to guess here. 4:04 to go. Assumption with 3 timeouts. Iola with 2. Look for Iola to run the ball a lot. Don't want to stop that clock. And Prawl's going to keep it himself. Backfield, and he's going to be taken down inside the 10-yard line. Looks like Kemp Ross has Joey Moyer again coming up holding that left quad, but he's going to stay into the game. Nice job on the defensive line for Assumption. 3:45 and counting. Judd's the receiver to the near side. Again, don't expect Iola-Scandinavia to throw a lot. 2nd down and 13 at the 10. Royals need a huge, huge stop. A couple more big stops. And Prawl's going to keep it himself far side. He's got a hole. He's going to be taken down near the 15-yard line. We'll see how long Coach Sullivan holds on to his timeouts. 3rd down coming up. 3:05 remaining in the ball game. The biggest 3rd down of the game so far for Assumption defensively. Gullickson, the receiver, to the near side. Judds moves to the right now. No, yeah, just to the left of Parker Prawl. Hoyer, the running back behind him. Prawl's going to hand it off to Hoyer. Tries to get the outside. He's going to fall near the 20. It's going to be 4th down coming up for Iola-Scandinavia. They have, as Coach Sullivan will use his first of 3 timeouts here with 2:35 to go in the ball game. 4th down and 2 coming up. Biggest play of the game so far. Assumption looking to get the ball back, trailing by 8. You're watching Assumption Royal football on Zaleski Sports.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at sherrilltire.com.
Rustic Redefined is the area's boutique clothing store for women and children. You'll find a personalized shopping experience with unique and trendy styles to choose from. Rustic Redefined specializes in affordable clothes and accessories with red carpet service. Find your individual style at Rustic Redefined on 8th Street South in Wisconsin Rapids and Rustic Redefined on Facebook.
Fourth down and 2 for Iola-Scandinavia. See if they try to draw Assumption offsides. Assumption has been very, very good defensively here. And penalty-wise, Prawl in the shotgun. And now he changes the play at the line. And now they're looking to punt. And they will get it off. And it'll take an Iola-Scandinavia bounce. And it'll roll all the way to the 38-yard line. And Assumption now with an opportunity. 2 timeouts, trailing by 8 points. They will, with 2:26 to go, they will have it 1st and 10 at the... See where they mark it. 38-yard line. So 62 yards to go. Ball game over 2.5 hours old here tonight on this beautiful Friday night in central Wisconsin. Jack Klatt under center. Going to roll out to his right, looking for his receiver. Still looking. Going to hoist it up to the far sidelines, and it's going to be in and out of the hands of Hoyard. Almost a diving interception, and it's going to be 2nd down coming up. That'd been the play of the game for sure to put this game away. 2:20 to go. 42-34. Assumption needing 62 yards and a 2-point conversion. Klatt under center. Going to hand it off to Lieberg up the middle. He's got room. Trying to bounce to the outside. He does. Stiff arms a defender. And off to the races. Nick Lieberg with the strength. Lieberg showing off his speed and strength. Stiff arming a defender as well. And a big gain for Nick Lieberg. 1st down coming up for the Assumption Royals. Ball on the 33-yard line. Longest run for the Royals. Not by Reed Dillman tonight. Great power move. Manny Schultz in the backfield. Excuse me, that's Reed Dillman, I believe, near side. Tries to get to the corner. He does. Another nice run. Manny Schultz is a left tackle. Not the running back. Reed Dillman, another nice carry. Gains 8 on the play. 2nd and 2 coming up. Again, Reed just fighting through this ball game. He has taken a beating. He has scored 2 touchdowns in the second half. He has scored the 2-point conversion. Ball at the 25-yard line. 1:52 to go. Stats in motion. They're going to hand it off to Dillman on the counter, and he's going to get swallowed up and driven back. 3rd down coming up. Reed is going to need an ice bath. He's going to need a hot bath. He's going to need it all after this ball game tonight. 3rd down, 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Klatt under center. Going to hand it off to Lieberg. He's going to be stopped and pushed back. And a huge stop by the defensive line for the Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds. And Coach Sullivan will use his 2nd timeout. Goes over and talks to Jack Klatt. Tough read there for Jack. And with 1:12 to go, Royals trail by 8. 4th down coming up. You're watching Assumption Royal football on Zaleski Sports.
Don't let pain or mobility issues keep you from enjoying life. Let our physical therapy doctors and our staff at Roberts Physical Therapy help you recover your ability to move easily and live free of aches and pains, providing effective individual treatment plans. Whether you're experiencing problems with balance and mobility, you're experiencing pain in your low back, or you're dealing with any other physical challenges, we'll take care of you. For more information on how we can service your needs, contact us today.
Fourth down and 3 coming up for the Royals. They trail by 8. Ball game right here. Clad under center. In motion goes Stats. Hands it off to Cade. He is going to be stopped in the backfield, and that will do it. Got wrapped up around the ankles, and Stats is going to be taken down by Caden Judds, and that will do it here tonight. From Wisconsin Rapids, all the Thunderbirds have to do is kneel it with 66 seconds to go in the ballgame, and Assumption with 1 timeout. The last 2 plays, handoff to Lieberg, handoff to Stats, and a turnover on downs. It looks like Kate Stats needs to get a shoe redone or retaped or retied. But that will do it here tonight. What a ball game from Wisconsin Rapids, as the Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds will escape with a 42-34 win here tonight. Nasonville Dairy postgame show coming up here on Zaleski Sports. A round of applause, a great game for the Assumption Royals. Reed Dillman, Ryan Shaw, Jack Klatt, Nick Lieberg, and company here on senior night from Wood Trust Bank Field in Wisconsin Rapids. Again, about 45 seconds to go in the ball on the game clock. They'll have to snap it one more time, and then we will head over to our Nasonville Dairy postgame show here tonight from Wisconsin Rapids. Another knee by Parker Prawl, and that is it from Wisconsin Rapids. The Thunderbirds escape with a win, 42-34, as the Assumption Royals drop their second game. It is the gauntlet of the season between Pacelli and Iola-Scandinavia. So again, Assumption will be back in action on Thursday against Pittsville. Final score here tonight, once again, Iola-Scandinavia 42, the Assumption Royals 34. We'll be back with our Nasonville Dairy postgame show right after this.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflettieri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda, Edam, and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. Time now for the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily at NasonvilleDairy.com. The Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds come away with 42-34 win over the Assumption Royals, and it was a very exciting game. 14-13 at halftime, 4 touchdowns in the first 6 minutes of the third quarter. The Assumption Royals made it interesting at the end, but Iola's defense, as they had, needing a play and making a play on 4th down and 3 to secure the win. Parker Prawl with a handful of touchdowns, as well as Reed Dillman, and Jack Klatt had a nice game tonight as well. With that, we're going to sign off here from Wood Trust Bank Field at Southwood County Stadium here in Wisconsin Rapids. Assumption right back in action on Thursday. They'll take on the Pittsfield Panthers. We will have that game live, free for you right here. Same channel you're watching this game on here tonight. So again, final score: Iola-Scandinavia 42, the Assumption Royals 34. Please have a good night, everyone. It is going to be a hot weekend on Sunday for sure, so get out and enjoy the last hot Sunday of 2021. This has been a production of Zaleski Sports and Assumption Royal Catholic Football on Zaleski Sports. Have a good night, everyone.